Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dear Talk Show. I pray and hope everyone had a wonderful, blessed Monday. Let's go ahead and get the housekeeping out. If you did not hit the like button on your way in, if you can go ahead and hit it now. If you could go ahead and if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Hitting the button and also subscribing doesn't cost anything. It helps the channel tremendously. So if you could do that, that would be great. And tell your friends, family, coworkers about me as well. I'm still in the growing phase, so just you guys bear with me. Also, anything that I state over here is allegedly and is always in my opinion. If you could go ahead and when you're listening, if you got comments, if you got concerns, if you want to send me an email, you can email me at dearreetalk, dearreetalk at gmail.com. I also have that in the description box. So if you want to email me something behind the scenes, you can, or you can DM me on Instagram. And that's the Dear Talk Show on Instagram. So the last thing is the copyright for fair use, Copyright Act 1976. Anything that I'm stating using is for fair use. So let's get into it. Well. You guys all know because I posted on the community wall and Instagram, and other content creators have posted that Joe Biden officially stepped down. Joe Biden endorsed Kamala Harris, and now he's still our commander in chief until November. He's still the president. She's still the vice president, but he did endorse her. He's stepping down. He didn't give a reason why, but even with his endorsement, does not mean she is the actual Democratic nominee yet. And she made a statement alluding to that, stating that she would look forward to, and I'm paraphrasing, she would look forward to, in fact, let me just tell you guys what she said instead of paraphrasing. Something like this, you don't want to paraphrase, you want to be right on the money. So I want to go in and I will read what she actually stated. She said, on behalf of the American people, I thank Joe Biden for his extraordinary leadership as President of the United States and for his decades of service to our country. I'm honored to have the president's endorsement, and my intention is to earn and win this nomination. And what that means is that she's going to go through the process, however it may be, um, to get the nomination. And really, the way things are going in a short amount of time, the process is not going to be that long. Like today, she had posted that she was in Delaware. This was 2 hours ago. She was in Wilmington, Delaware. That's the headquarters to speak with her staff. Let's see here. And then she's just kind of hitting the road running. She said 8 hours ago, it's the first full day of our campaign. So I'm heading up to Wilmington, Delaware to say hello to the staff. And, she was just, telling her day and being connected with the people and just really soaking this up. And for me, I don't want to tell anybody who to vote for. This channel over here is just going to be for information purposes only, and also keeping you guys abreast. I will tell you on my part that, and this is how I felt, I was a liberal, diehard Democrat. And somewhere down the line, I lost my zest for it. Um, it was coming when Trump became, when he was running. And I know the actual date, but I don't really want to get into that. But what I know is that, yes, this has sparked a uh, passion back into me, but it's not 100% yet because, I'm not here for what, everybody has their own reason why they vote and everything. For me, it's about first and foremost, women are not being taken serious in a lot of different arenas. This has nothing to do with Vice President Harris. Um, Ethnicity or anything of that nature. She could be 100% black. She could be 100% Chinese. It for me is clearly about women and women rights. And for me, I really felt like Hillary should have won when she ran. She was extremely qualified. So that was just some of it. It was just a lot of things. It was a lot of things that they allowed Trump to get away with. And so, what's really sparking me to go back to my roots, and this was just something I've seen done by my grandfather. He would get out, even when it was coming to the sheriffs and local judges, help get them elected. So this is something I've seen through my childhood. For me, it had saddened me. I kind of just lost contact with the political realm and field. I was eat, sleep, and breathing politics, but um, I really feel like this is the beginning of something new. It's fresh. It's not the same old rhetoric. It going to happen. I'm hoping not in the Hill, the Capitol Hill or White House or anything of that nature. So I've done my rambling, but let me go ahead and I wanted to tell you why I really think that she's already a shoe-in. It's just the pumps and pretenses that they have to nominate her, because normally it would have been done at the like the Republican had the RNC, they would have had the Democratic National Convention in the NC. But unfortunately, things happen, and I'm liking the shakeup. So I was going along and I was reading some articles, listening to some reporting, just diving back into my political realm. And basically, it's almost really like a shoe in, but not to say that she doesn't have to put in the work, because she knows and she's doing that. And Vice President Harris has already received support from 40 Democrat senators. Now, it could have changed since the last time I read, but senators and nearly 100 House members. And it grows rapidly throughout, Monday. So it could really, really change by tomorrow. So, anywho, she's also has support of the political arms of Congressional Black Caucus, the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, and Congressional Progressive Caucus, as well as two key labor unions, Service Employees International Union and the Medical Federation of Teachers. So, needless to say, I'm not gonna say she's a shoe-in, but everybody has a fire lit up under them, and we're ready to fight for our country. And also, in growing numbers of the state delegation next to the Democratic National Convention, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Louisiana, New Hampshire, Maryland, Kentucky, Florida, Pennsylvania have announced that they are backing Harris. So, and I'm surprised with Florida, but what's his face? He's not really too keen on Trump, but it wouldn't matter to me if I was a Democrat, if I was a Republican, because I have, and I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. You have to pick the person that's going to do the job, not just because they're race or just because they're a woman. Her being a woman does, that's 50% of the battle for me. But throughout this race, I want to hear her politics. And I'm quite sure they're in line with what President Joe Biden's aligned with. But I'm also sure that she has her own thought process on certain things as well, coming from her roots and where she was in California. But my other thing is, for me, on this channel, everybody has their opinion, but there will be no talking about, oh, she slept her way up allegedly and all these things. This woman had to go to law school. Whoever she slept with, that's on her. That has nothing to do with me. Nobody tells me who to sleep with. She's married now. So, and if we're going to take that route, allegedly, who haven't Trump slept with? Why he, well, let me not go there. But anywho, she'll take care of that. But I don't want this to be, oh, this is all Democrat. Well, it is a Democratic platform over here. But I'm welcome to listen to Republicans and independents. And but you have to have an open mind, just like I have an open mind. And if you're not going to have an open mind and you're just dead set on, oh well, this is da da da, I'm not over here to debate. This is going to be an informational channel. This is going to be a channel to keep everyone updated on like Vice President Harris at this time right now. That's what she is. What she's doing, where she's at, how things are going. You can go to news reports to get all that mudslinging and all that stuff. I don't have time for it because in the political world, it's going to get nasty. It's going to get ugly on both sides. I already know this. And the next thing that I want to bring into play is what I have here. I'm bringing it up right now. Okay. There's some things that you guys that I want you guys to, put out and make sure everybody, knows these things. The first thing is address. If you've moved in the last 4 years, even if it's in the same town and your address is different, but if you're moved in the same town, your address is different. I have some websites that I'm going to link to the description box so you don't have to hunt for them. You click on it, put your state, and you can check your register. You can check your registration, or you can check, and I'll give you that in a minute. Make sure you're registered. If you've never voted, register. You can go online and register, or you can go to your local office. You can go on the website that I'm going to have in the description box, and I'm also have up here so you can write it down or just click the link on the description box. And then I'm gonna have another link for when you can click and put your state, and it'll also let you know when your deadline is up for you to be able to register or have that information done, because the election is coming up on November, in November of this year. State representatives, you have state representatives. Some of them are okay, or some of them have to be reelected, or someone else. And that's the other thing. I'm glad I just thought about that. I'm going to look to see, and if I don't find it, you guys, once you go to your local office, or you can call them once I give you the link, and you can click and put your state, and it'll give you your local information. You need to find out where you can get a ballot. A lot of times you can get a sample ballot coming close to the election for your state elections and local elections and for the presidential. And you can use the ballot to do your research. And what I've done with the ballots is that I've done my research and I've already had it bubbled in. So when I go in, I don't have to think about it or know what I'm looking like, oh, I don't know what this person may be. I already have it pre-done because I've done my homework, and that's what I have down there. Do your homework. Now, we may have some elderly people or someone that I don't say special needs. I say they are special people. If they're over 18 and they registered to vote, be proactive in your city, in your town. Be proactive to see if somebody doesn't have a ride. You don't ask them who they're voting for. That's none of our business. If they need a ride to take them to the voting poll, help them out. If you have family, loved ones, friends, anybody you work with, put the word out. If they say, oh man, I'm not voting, ask them why not. Why are you not voting? Why are you not voting? People was on a live. Women wasn't able to vote for these reasons. So just not challenge them, but ask them, why are you not voting? I feel like anybody that is receiving any type of assistance, anybody that's on Social Security, anybody that's a veteran, anybody with any of those things need to get out and vote. I don't want to go into Project 25 or 2025 or the other things, but you will be hearing about them through this channel because it's more in depth, and I don't not gonna go into a long spiel here. You have to understand, okay, Kamala will President, Vice President Harris probably will, more than likely, I'm looking at 98% will be the Democratic nominee for a presidential race, the election. But at the end of the day, she can't do it all by herself. We have to get out as young people, middle age, and even the elderly. I see them out. We have to get out and we have to stand together. We have to band together. If you don't know what to do, let me tell you, I get bombarded with emails from different coalitions and different places. If you don't know what to do, reach out to me. Reach out to any content creator that you see talking about, they're democratic and stuff. We will get you in contact with who you need to be in contact with, because this is not just a vice president or formerly a vice president up until November, and hopefully Democratic nominee for the presidential race, Harris. It's not just her fight alone. It's all of our fights. It's not just the donors who are donating money, giving money. It's not just the young people. It's all of our fights. I'm just saying allegedly, but just get into it. If you don't want to read it, just listen. There are so many YouTube channels, so many news stations that are talking about Project 2025. Go ahead. Take a look at who Trump running mate really is. Do your homework. Listen. And I know you may say, I don't want to hear all this on the news, but listen, I'm telling you, you need to take a listen. I'm not telling you who to vote for, but I'm telling you this is a blue channel. This is a Democratic channel. So before you come over here, and if you're red or independent, I welcome you all. For we can have a healthy conversation, not a debate, but a healthy conversation. You're not trying to sway me, and I'm not trying to sway you. But what I will not have over here, that the people who know that who they want to vote for, and they full blooded Democrats. You may have independents. It does not matter who you affiliate with, especially when it's the president, yes, but your state and your local, sometimes you may find somebody that can do the job better as an independent in your local city. Now, in the presidential race, that's not neither here or there. You got to do one or the other. So what I'm saying is I welcome any and everybody over here, but what I don't welcome, you're not going to be over here disrespecting Vice President Harris. You will not talk bad about her over here. I don't care if you're a Republican or an independent or a Democrat. Do not come over to my channel with that mess, because I will block you. I won't say nothing. I will block you. Because at the end of the day, you don't know her personally. You don't know her background. You don't know who she laid with. You don't know any of these things about this woman. A lot of times people don't even know what she stands for or what she did when she was in California, because they don't take the time to do their homework. So that's all I'm saying. You can go to any other channel. You can do a lot of things people are disparaging, but it's not going to be over here. And I'm not going to even entertain someone that's out there spreading the wrong rhetoric or don't know. And a lot of times people are talking, and they're talking like a horse's patoot because they don't even know what they're talking about. So anywho, let me keep going. Polling locations. A lot of people do not know that their polling location is connected to their address. So, like, give you an example. When my husband was like a small town, but came where I was, his driving license was basically for where he moved from. And in the same little, you drive a mile, the cities are right by each other. But he had to go to that polling location to go to vote, because that he hadn't changed his address on his driving license. They're going to pull out all kind of stops. If you do not have, what you should have, your address already changed on your driving license when you move, because it is a little bit against the law, you know. I mean, you don't want to ever get stopped and you stay somewhere else, because some police, they'll let you go and some won't, allegedly. But anywho, just all these things. This is the last week of July. We have August and September and October. Most of the time when you're trying to register, get things done, they may tell you it may take 30 days or whatever. That's why if you can go, you can go ahead and do it online. Make sure if you do it online, you have a screenshot or have your copy, and then, or just go in and make sure you get a receipt, have something to show that and if you can, and your address is not right on your driving license, make sure you get that done. Just make sure everything lines up in these next 3 months. August, September, October. Make sure, and don't wait till October, just August and September. Let's just get it done. So anywho, and like I said, so this next one is it shows you, say let's be proactive, and it's the vote.org's backslash voter registration hyphenated deadline. That's where you click, and you can't click on here, but go to the description in my video and you could click on that link if you don't know the deadline. I imperatively ask you, do not wait to the deadline, because the way that the process works, they have to get you in the system. So you really need to have this done the month of August. Go do it now. Do it now. And if you don't have your registration card by the middle of August, or you look online and it's not done, then you could go back and go back and go back. I'm telling you, every vote counts. I cannot express it enough. Every vote counts. The next one is usa.gov /confirm/voter/registration. This is where if you say, am I registered to vote? I voted a long time ago and I don't know if it's still active. If you don't know if you're still active, it does not matter what state you're in. You can use this link, click on it, it's going to have you to put your state in. And once you put your state in, it will redirect you to to your state, and give you all the information. So once you pull it up, it'll say how to check if you are registered to vote. Number one, visit, it say can I vote, and select voter registration. You click on can I vote. When you click on, I'm doing it now as I'm speaking with you, you click on can I vote, and right here it'll give you different things. Let's see, you can put, it says to start, you can click on register to vote, voter registration status, find a polling place, valid forms of ID, absentee and early voting. And let me tell you something about absentee. I only did it one time because I was really sick with COVID or C-19. And, but if you can get there, I've seen people in their 80s with a walker in a wheelchair. So if they can do it, we can do it. So anywho, when you click on can I vote, when you go down, you're going to see all these different options: register to vote, voter registration status. It has like an eye over it, like for information. If you know that you registered to vote, just click on the one with the eye and you click on voter registration. And then what it's going to do is ask you to select your state. You select your state. And once you select the state that you're in, it's then going to take you to another page. You put your first initial, last name, the county that you live in, and your date of birth, and submit. And then it's going to let you know if you're active or not. So I'm going to do it while I'm on the phone with you guys, and I'm going to tell you exactly what it's going to bring up. Because I like to make sure I give all the pertinent information. And if you guys have a hard time and you're not able to do it, you can always, like I say, DM me or anything of that nature, and I can walk you through it. I don't want to know your information. So as you go through it, you just put it in. You don't need to give it to me. Okay, and here is mine. Let me see what it says. It says my full name, my gender, my race, my voter registration number. It says when I registered to vote, and it says status. It's got a green check mark. It's got a green circle with a white check mark and says active. Last election date voted. It'll tell you when you last voted, your email if you have one, your phone number, your resident address, and all those good things. And then you go down it. You don't even have to click the one for your polling precinct, because if you keep strolling down, it's going to tell you where your precinct name, your precinct polling place with the address and everything, and the times of the polling that you can go. So, like I said, if you need any help with this, feel free, reach out to me. It doesn't matter what state you're in, for me. And I just want to call upon everyone to make sure that if you know someone that doesn't have a ride, if you know someone that, let's just be not just our brothers keepers. It don't matter if you black, if you white, whatever the case may be. Don't get somebody to go register because you want them to be a Democrat. Don't do that. You can, even Republicans can vote for a Democrat. It's not said that, oh, you're a Republican, so you have to vote for a Republican candidate. No, there are a lot of times people vote across the aisle. You vote for the person that's right for you. And that's just the way it is. So just because you're an independent or if you're a Republican, that doesn't mean that you have to vote for another independent or another Republican. You vote for what's going to make it right. I'm voting for not only myself, but my children. When my children have children, I have worked since I was 15 years old. And the way that if God forbid Medicare goes away, and I'm not going to really put it out there, but if you really listen to the other candidate, allegedly wanted to kind of shave away Social Security or do away with it, period. Allegedly. So you guys, if you don't know, ask. There's no dumb question. There is no dumb question. If you feel like, oh, I don't want to say anything because somebody, gonna say or be nasty to me on the live, because I'm gonna begin to do lives as well. But on the live, don't worry about that. You don't have to say anything. All you got to do is DM me, or I'm gonna have where you could click and you can email me. You can do either one of those. You can do either one of those. And I'm thinking about going ahead and getting a Google number to put. So if you're older and you really don't do any one of those things, then you could just call me on the Google number. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that. But I would love for everyone to please participate in this voting process. Please do not say, I'm not going to vote because I don't like X, Y, and Z. Do not let your vote be in vain. You may say, oh, well, it's only one vote. One vote has a mighty, mighty power. I promise you. I promise you, one vote matters. One vote matters. I had to talk to my own young adults in the household because I heard that from them, and they know that my husband and I, we get out and we vote. I come from a family of voters. I come, like I said, God rest my granddaddy's soul. He got out, politics for the judges, the sheriffs, everything. So if you want change, you got to change. I don't know how else to say it. If you want change, you have to change. Don't say, oh, well, Biden didn't do this and Biden do that. Let me tell you, if you still getting a Social Security check, or you getting food stamps, or you getting Medicaid, or you getting all those things that you're getting, or you have, when your light bill need to be paid and you have to go to these centers that pay your bills for the local, they get funded through the government. So don't just say that he didn't give out money because somebody else gave out money. A lot of other things he did. He made everybody else student loans may not have been forgiven, but the ones did surely appreciate it. You know, Rome wasn't built overnight. I know y'all have heard that. But at the end of the day, you can't say nothing is going to change if you don't get out and help change it. If you don't have money to help give to to help Kamala, that's fine. You can help with making sure that everybody know. Get registered. Everybody that you see, if you got a YouTube channel, if you got a Facebook page, if you have your friends and family, you can put on your storyline. Make sure you check your driving license and everything matches up. Here is the information. Go to this website and click this. This is how you can help. But if you sit there and you don't do anything but talk about what people are doing and talk about, oh, she did this and she did that. Well, what about what we all have done something. So at the end of the day, for me, my motto is you cannot change anything if you don't do something. In order to make a change, you got to change. And that's from Dearie at the Dearie Talk Show. I love you all. I will be coming in when you guys see the blue, Dearie is coming through. Dun, 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 dun. Y'all know I can't sing, but I'm gonna try to put it in there. I love you guys so much. I love you so much. I know that to my viewers and my subscribers, you guys are so on top of it. So on top of it. So I just want y'all to know that I am going back into my liberal roots. But I'm never too grounded and liberal not to listen. I can listen, but I can tell you that my vote will be for vice president at this moment, but it will be for the Democratic nominee for the presidential election, Kamala Harris. That's who I will be voting for. Nobody else has to come on here and say who they're voting for. They don't have to do that. You know, you don't have to tell anyone your voting status. You don't have to do any of that. But in order to get change, you have to change. You guys have a good evening. I love you all. Peace and soul. Mwah.